What's happening, everybody? We're going to go over just some last minute stocking brunos before we get going here for tomorrow. The Cerveza relief deal came out. So, whoever it was that actually decides all this, they all came to some sort of agreement where they decided on $900 billion from Mr. McConnell, they said. Why are we talking about that, though? Because historically, the whole time this has been happening since March, the only thing that has moved the market every single time, either for worse or for best, has been this: free money to the people, right? 900 billion. That's less than what they were doing before. What are they saying that's going to go towards? $600 in stimulus check is what they're calling it. So regular people at W-2s might get $600 in the mail. Jobless benefits of $300 per week. And more small business funding. Remember, these are loans for the Paycheck Protection Program. Boy, it's incredible to me that this is all that you get. Right? I remember calculated it like in 2008. I don't remember what the numbers were, but they're astronomical. I calculated like, what if they were just to take whatever money they spent during that whole thing, bailing out the quote-unquote big business corporations, and just gave it to the people? It would probably help the economy even better. And after I calculated it out, I realized there's no way they don't know that. There's no way they don't know it. Makes you think a little bit, right? Votes for the plan are set for Monday, Bloomberg is saying. Moments ago, a consultation with the committees, the four leaders of the Senate and the House finalized an agreement, McConnell said on the Senate floor. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the deal will take some time to write up. I don't believe that at all. Futures are ticking lower, and after that announcement, which is odd, with the S&P down 0.35%. Now, again, just because something historically has pumped the market up doesn't mean it's going to this time. I'm actually surprised to see this, but, we're not in USA time yet for the market. This is still overseas, so they might not even know about it. We'll have to wait and see, but technically, to follow trend, S&P should be mooning tomorrow. The U.S. dollar ticked up slightly against the yen after the announcement and is now up 0.1% to 103.38 cents. The major averages finished the week higher in anticipation for the stimulus deal. So we could argue here that some of it might have been priced in to the end of the last week. I'm not even buying that because technically how long they've been fighting over this, like, 900 billion or whatever they're saying for the past months now, suppressing all that. So I'm not going to buy in this last statement here. Regardless, a bullish wave has seen rallying in mining stocks in 2021. This is an article from Bloomberg. When Bloomberg starts talking about mining stocks, it makes me start to triple blink a little bit. I think I got it figured out what's going on, though. I'll get to it in the end. Screen grab from First Quantum video of Cobra Panama on the miners' Facebook page. First Quantum Minerals. They're talking about First Quantum Minerals? Kidding me? I thought this was really, really interesting. Trillions of dollars in government stimulus and the thing that's a vaccine rolling out. China admitted, free report, the world's largest publicly traded copper producer, has soared more than 350% from the market bottom in March. Stunning turnaround. Raw materials, copper up. Bloomberg base metals spot price commodity index has jumped almost 55% from its March 2020 lows, which is nothing. Compared to most, let's call them bigger stocks out there, 55% from March is nothing. Is nothing at all. I mean, if you were only up 55% for March, I don't know. Typically, industrial commodity prices do well when the global industrial production is accelerating. Is that true? No, it's not. Wrote BMO Capital Markets analyst Colin Hamilton. All right. They expect the positive momentum for industrial metals to continue in the first quarter of next year, despite the big rally that pushes up valuations. Yeah, so, metals, they've been fist fighting really hard. We've had some pops. Okay, gold is sitting at pretty much all-time highs, I think. I haven't even checked gold in a long time. But silver is still about half off what it could be for all-time highs. For everything making sense, silver should be matching gold, because it always has historically, but even Mr. JP Morgan has finally come out for the 117th time and admitted that he is making billions manipulating the precious metal markets. At least he's admitting it. It's unreal he can get away with it. The bullish narrative is clearly gaining traction with investors, including those who have been skeptical a few months ago. The reason I find this funny is because this article just came out, and technically metals aren't doing that great as a macro picture, just gold. But gold hasn't moved as far as I know. So why are they just talking about this now? Other news, Mr. Elon Musk, Mr. Tesla himself, he's been talking about Bitcoin stuff again. Check it out. He came out and said one word, Doge. This is a meme. If you don't know what a meme is, it's internet culture for pictures and words, trying to be funny. Is he talking about the digital coin, though? There's actually a digi coin, let's call it, like a Bitcoin, a digital coin that's called Doge. And it actually trades. I didn't even know it actually trades. I thought it was just a meme myself, but it actually trades. So that blew my mind. After he tweeted that, it went up 20% alone. Then he came on to say Bitcoin is almost as BS as fiat money. Thought that was also pretty interesting. I think he's not talking down Bitcoin here. He's actually making fun of fiat money. Fiat money, if you don't know, is quote unquote currency, which is the bills that might be in your billfold right now. Technically, none of that is money. Okay, that's currency. Pretty much, then after that, he said, pretty much the main value of college used to be hanging out, having pseudo-intelligent conversations and partying with people your own age. Now, even that's gone. Cracked me up. He had a not safe for work picture up. I trimmed it. He said, me trying to live a normal, productive life, and then there's a picture of Bitcoin trying to distract him. I thought that was very interesting. So he's obviously eyeing Bitcoin. After he put that up, Mr. Michael Saylor, we've been talking about him for a long time. Mr. Michael Saylor, he said, if you want to do your shareholders a $100 billion favor, convert the Tesla balance sheet from USD America to BTC Bitcoin. Other firms on the S&P 500 would follow your lead, and in time it would grow to become a $1 trillion favor. I totally agree with that. Not only will others on the S&P follow Elon, but all the Elonites, all the musketeers, the lovers of Elon, all the billions of dollars in Tesla stock will start coming into Bitcoin just to follow him. So you're going to have a retail and some of the S&P jumping too. Elon replies to him and said, are such large transactions even possible? Do you realize how much money I have? Michael Saylor says, yes, I have purchased over $1.3 billion in Bitcoin in the past months myself, and would be very happy to share my playbook with you offline. From one rocket science to another. I like Michael Saylor. This guy is actually really, really cool, super smart. Would you call him a value or growth investor? I don't think he cares what you call him. If you want to learn some business and stuff, read about him. All right, listen to some interviews. Smart dude. Who is he though, right? The dude that took the 1 billion cash USD and tossed it into Bitcoin. The dude who owns MicroStrategies. Remember MicroStrategies? When we've talked about a bunch of times different ways to invest in Bitcoin without buying Bitcoin, we talked about Mara, Riot. Well, one of the other plays we've talked about is MicroStrategies. What is MicroStrategies? It's like a software middleman play for big business corporations. But as he said up above, why is this a Bitcoin play too? Because he took the company's billions in cash and said, we are losing money right now. Like I've been telling all of my subscribers for months on months on months. If you're making 7% a year on your money, you're losing money. He figured that out with all his smart strategists behind at the board that he works with, And they went through all strategies out there, houses, whatever it may be. What won the battle for the best place to throw money into? Bitcoin. You think a dude with $1.3 billion in cash from a lifelong work is going to dump into something that he doesn't really believe in? I think this is huge. I can't wait to see some more twits from Elon, Mr. Musk. Sounds like to me, maybe they picked up the phone right here, right? His agent called his agent. I'm hoping so, Mr. Sailor. I'm praying that you are going to put the good fight in and sell this man and close the deal tonight. Moving on. Meanwhile, the price of joke cryptocurrency Dogecoin leaped 15% after Musk referenced it in the tweet. The former CEO of Dogecoin, a reference to the 2019 Twitter poll in which he was voted the meme-based currency's chief executive. It's literally a meme, an internet funny thing that turned into a cryptocurrency. Unbelievable. Earlier this year, Musk made headlines when he weighed in on a tweet from Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, asking Bitcoin to be explained to her. I like Elon Musk. Mainly because he's not afraid. He doesn't care what you think either, and he's just not afraid. He's not afraid, right? Guess what? Bitcoin rallied too. Bitcoin is rallying also with the Dogecoin. Doge. How much? 4%? Last one I was checked it here, $23,795 for one single Bitcoin. Did anyone in our comment section right now buy one of these Bitcoin coins for less than $100? Less than 1,000? Still pretty cool. Where are we going to get with Bitcoin? If stuff continues to happen like what could be happening here, and I think it will, the sky's the limit. Don't believe me? Look at Tesla's stock. Go look at Tesla's stock and see what it's done this year. You tell me if that makes any sense. All right, that's what I think. On the other hand, silver is absolutely ripping right now too. We were talking about this, I don't know, last week sometime. But we're finally broke kind of out of this trend here. Higher than we've been for a while. Stopped out at 2660. 2660 overnight right now. It was up when I checked it last 3.13%, which is pretty darn huge for silver. This is one that historically has been over $50, around $50. So it's probably heading there at some point. I really think so. Pretty excited about it. Anyone in any silver place still? If you want exposure to silver, I've got a bunch of videos. Just look up the mining ones. Those are probably the best. If you want to buy some physical silver, got a link down in the description for those too. Check them out. If you haven't seen my Bitcoin video, I actually put out, was it this morning or last night? I can't remember. But in the past 24 hours, I put out another Bitcoin video with another play that just came out. I've also got some other ones I'm working on, tons of other videos, but go watch that one if you want some new exposure to Bitcoin. Go watch it. Mr. Chamath, Polyhoptia, he tweeted today, he said, I've made 8 investments this year in the public markets. If you had bought every company on the same day I wrote about or IPO'd it, your return would have been 355%. My commitment to you is to continue to find investments. Put a bunch of money in it and share them with you. I actually read this 2 or 3 times until I finally swallowed it and accepted it. This is really what he wrote. Man, I just thought I would include the top comment to that. It just said, what is this, man? Stock twits or what, dude? This is Twitter. We're not supposed to say stuff like that. Man, I don't know. I know a lot of Silicon Valley is totally over Chamath. It'll be really interesting to me if there gets like a shtick about him, right? It's already happening with Silicon Valley, but it would be really interesting if he just becomes like the sore thumb. I mean, like if he gets another retirement home for the next SPAC or something. Where will it end with Chamath? Is he going to come through and just swoop up and bring something amazing for his next SPAC? Time will tell. What do you think? You think he's going to pull off some awesome ones next, or is he just going for the piggy bank? I'm thinking handshakes and piggy banks. So, Bitcoin's up. Bitcoin is up, up, up. Silver is up. I didn't even bring this up, but the vaccine news for the cerveza, that's appeared out of nowhere, right? Last thing I heard is going to take 9 months, and then it was like the next week, everything was like, oh, they're shipping. Multiple places are actually shipping now. We said 9 months 2 weeks ago, but now they're shipping. So regardless, now we've got political people selling the vaccine on national television. You ever think you'd see a day when you saw that? It's almost unbelievable to watch. Regardless, this should technically be fantastic for the stock market, just regular stocks, right? The vaccine news. But we've also got that stimulus that's coming too, right? That $600. Everyone's getting that $600 at some random point. That should be fantastic for the markets too. But the thing that's getting me is like this article on why is Bloomberg pumping miners? This tripped me out. What am I thinking? And I've talked about this a little bit. I just have a feeling that we are going to get, there's always, my grandpa used to say, there's always one last snow, right? Living in by the Canadian border, there's always one last snow of the year, right? Every time you think it's done, you finally put away the snow shovel. It's about 3 or 4 or 5, 6 days. You got to go find that snow shovel again. There's one more snow. What am I getting at? With the markets, we can keep saying that they're going to go down eventually, but eventually they are. And I just want to make sure that y'all are protected. I think the best way to do that is just aggressively pull those profits out. If you are in green, never feel bad for selling. I don't care if you're 4% up or 47% up. Just ring it. At least ring some of it out. You know, if you're sketchy and you're kind of feeling for some reason the stock might go down, you're only up 1% or you're down 1%. Just pull out. It's all good. The smartest people are the ones with the most cash when the economy and the stock market is at its worst. How do you get there? You stay super aggressive right now. All right. My goal by the end of this year, which is, boy, what about 10 days, is to be 50% cash. 50% cash. Most of the rest, I'm going to be sitting near floor in SPACs. Commons. Right? That's how I'm playing it. When everything seems like it's rallying, when everyone's talking about how good everything is, I just have trouble believing it. This could still go on for another 9 months or a year, something, with this crazy rallies that we've had. It definitely could, but doesn't mean it's going to. And ask any financial person out there or any real estate person that's not trying to sell you a house that might, that's going to be honest with you. They should be able to tell you what they actually think of the market, what they actually think of the whole ecosystem, what the big boys are doing. Ask them what the multimillionaires are doing right now. Ask them what the apartment owners are doing right now and the guys who own rentals. Ask them what they did. Don't take my word for it. I'm tired of talking about it. Go ask some other people. I just want you guys to protect yourself no matter what. None of this makes sense. The E-mini S&P, it just doesn't, right? You can say there's no other place to put your money, right, but stuff's looking kind of crazy right now. I just want to get this out there and just make sure y'all protect yourself. Just don't buy those crazy plays right now. If you're not 100% sold on something, just don't buy it. We'll see you out there tomorrow. We got tons of awesome videos. I got some ones that I'm still going to be trying to fly in. It is what it is. This could happen, like I said, for the next 9 months. We could still be rallying. Is it going to? My guesstimate is not. And I just have a feeling at the end of the year, we're going to get some big options expiring, kind of like the silver. Kind of like the silver contracts that expired, Friday? We've talked about that, right? Y'all notice on options how you can hold an option and let's say it expired last Friday and you ended up in the red, but you just held it the whole time. You're thinking there's no way by Friday it'll go up. and it doesn't, and you lose your money. And then you check that same stock on Monday and it rallies. You realize that's what's happening with silver here, right? Just think about that. Look what's expiring at the end of the year. Start looking at that weird, deep stuff. Just do it. A little bit of homework. We'll see y'all out there tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Take care.